Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Megan Riska and I put out new videos every week, typically on Fridays if everything goes as planned. So I'm going to kind of talk about where I've been recently and a surgery that I recently had, and kind of explained how I got here and what happened. So maybe other people can learn from this and help people get better and healthy, whatever you're going through. I always hope that I can be a voice to help others. So this all started actually the end of June, beginning of July. The day before the 4th of July, I went to urgent care because I was coughing up a significant amount of blood. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. When I say a significant amount of blood, I'm not talking like like a little, I should say not phlegm with just like lines of blood in it. I'm talking about like this much of blood a few times an hour. I don't know how much it actually like accumulated to, but it was significant. So the weird thing was I wasn't feeling sick or anything like that. I was just coughing up a lot of blood. So I was talking to my husband and my mom, like, is this normal? Like, what is going on with me? And they were like, not really sure. Like, they're like, if you're feeling fine, I'm sure it's fine. I'm like, right, like, I guess everything's fine. But then after like a week and a half of it happening and actually physically showing my husband and my mom like what the blood coming out of me looked like, they were like, you need to go to emergency, like what is this? And of course it was the 4th of July weekend, so that's not a good time to go to the emergency room. So I went to urgent care. They scanned my lungs. I took a blood test, and what else did they do? They checked my lung function and everything basically came back perfect. My lungs were fine because I thought I could be coughing up blood from my lungs. So everything turned out fine. And then after that, that's when things kind of like started to get worse. The next week after that, I started to get like really dizzy, almost kind of feeling like disoriented, just not, the best way to describe it is like feeling off. So I went to my primary care doctor. She called in a sinus x-ray. So I went and got that done. And while I was waiting for the results of the sinus x-ray, that's when things got significantly worse and I ended up going to emergency. And at emergency, they ended up just basically telling me I was fine. They think I had like a strange sinus infection, giving me more antibiotics because that's what urgent care did. So this is the second time I've been on antibiotics and it wasn't clearing up. So they sent me home. And then it would have been, let's see here, it would have been like a week later. I was sitting at my desk at work just feeling super dizzy, again like disoriented, getting this weird headache like in my eyeball, up through my eyebrow into the back of my head, like really painful, like sharp, almost like an ice pick just like stabbed me in the eye. Sorry to be graphic, but just like really uncomfortable. And I'm like, what is happening to me? Like, what is going on? Like, I can't believe this. So I ended up going to emergency again. So basically, long story short, I ended up getting admitted to the hospital. I was there for 2 days, and that's when I met my ENT. My ENT had me discharged. Originally, they were prepping me for surgery because they saw 2 masses in my sinuses that they said needed to come out as soon as possible. If these things burst in your sinus cavity, it can be really bad. They thought maybe it already did because of the amount of blood I was coughing up. It just was causing me a lot of discomfort, pain, a lot of issues. He decided to discharge me and have me go to his office the next day where he could do a scope and then also go over all of my x-rays and scans that I had while I was in the hospital. From that scan, they found out that I had 2 masses in the front part of my sinuses and then 1 in the back of my sinuses, wherever that may be. And I was told that it needs to come out as soon as possible. They also found that I had a deviated septum, which is weird because I've never been hit in the face before. Like, this is my nose. I know how it looks, but I have never broken my nose. I've never been hit in the face by anything in my entire life. But here we are today. They even asked me, like, have you taken a blow to the face before? And I'm like, nope. I have no clue. So jokes aside, I needed to have that fixed as well, along with the doctor basically going in with a small scope and like cleaning out my sinuses. They ultimately said that I show signs of sinus disease and that I had a very severe sinus infection, which is weird because I had no other symptoms really except for coughing up blood and the weird headache eventually. So I guess I found out that I have a high pain tolerance because I had no other symptoms of a sinus infection. So it would have been, it's 2 weeks now since I've had my surgery. I'm not feeling very much better, but I'm going to talk about kind of what they ended up doing and what the surgery was. So first off, a septoplasty, I think is what it's called, or getting your deviated septum fixed is not the same as a nose job. Fun fact. So I had nose surgery, but my nose looks exactly the same. So my nose looks the same. Here it is. Still has the hump in it, and it is the same old nose that you all know and love. So I just wanted to be clear about that. A lot of people do choose to have their nose done while they're doing that. That's awesome, but that's just not for me, and that's okay. I watched a few YouTube videos before this, and some people said like their nose looked thinner up in here, and other people said that their cupid bow, I think that's what that's called, looked different. And in my situation, it's exactly the same. So I don't know why yours would look different if that happened to you, but this is just my experience. So nothing is different on my face. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks off of work because that's what my doctor told me before the surgery. I just didn't have my deviated septum fixed. I had other things going on, like removing those masses. They did a lot of clean out, opening airways, things like that. I will say when I woke up from surgery, I wasn't in any pain, but I could not breathe. Like I was almost like panicked, like I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And I felt like I couldn't even like in my voice get out to say like, I can't breathe. And that could be the anesthesia or just the way I was feeling, because I had like a mask on my face, which was uncomfortable. So my throat hurt really bad as well. And I was like really thirsty. I drank a lot of water after surgery. So this was an outpatient procedure. I was able to go home afterwards. And the doctor told me to be off for 2 weeks, to rest, drink a lot of water, sleep. I'm gonna be in a lot of pain, etc. A lot of people say this is the most painful surgery that they've ever had. Again, because I have a higher pain tolerance, yes, it is painful. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does not feel good. And the amount of crap that has come out of my mouth and nose is disgusting. And I think I'm gonna put some videos at the end of the video. So if you get grossed out easily or you don't want to see pictures of me looking horrible, at the end of this video, when I thank everyone, please stop watching, because I'm gonna post some videos that could be considered graphic to certain people or gross. So don't watch to the very end once I say goodbye at the end of this video. So recovery took for me about 2 weeks. I had to go back to the doctor 3 times. I was allergic to the pain medicine. I also had a situation after my stitches and stents were taken out. I started severely bleeding from my mouth, like almost out of a horror movie, gushing blood. So I had to go back to the office where they, and this is what kind of sent me back to with my recovery. They went back up with a scope and repacked my nose full of the stuff that looked like home installation, like the pink stuff you see in your house, up my nose, repacked it, and from there I had a horrible headache, an earache, and my teeth hurt. And my teeth hurting is something that is still going on. Like right now I can't feel my 2 front teeth or like from here down on my nose. I think it's a nerve thing where I cannot feel anything right now. It's still healing and it's not painful, but it is weird feeling. Like I feel like my voice sounds weird, like I'm stuffed up, and it's just strange. So as well as that, they also say that you're gonna have symptoms of a sinus infection or feelings of a sinus infection. I'm on antibiotics, so I don't have an actual sinus infection. I am feeling fine for the most part. I'm just really tired and trying to relax and rest. I do go back to work in a couple of days, so I'm trying to prepare for that because I have been sleeping most of the day. I'm not on pain medicine anymore, but I'm just trying to like relax and recover because I'm not fully ready yet or fully recovered. Like my nose hurts and my teeth hurt, but I'm able to get up and walk around and talk, so I am feeling significantly better. So one more thing about the recovery is I have to do this Sinus flow ready rinse. So you stick this in one side of your nose and push the water up until it comes out the other side. I have to do that 1 to 2 times a day. It is not pleasant, but it clears out my sinuses and it makes it so that I can breathe, which is helpful because it is hard to breathe. Like right now I just had to catch my breath, which is weird. But again, I'm still recovering. So if you have a deviated septum, they say that it can take up to 3 months to feel better or normal again. And I can definitely tell that this is gonna be a longer road for me because of everything that they had to do and clean out and having it be more invasive than they originally thought. But I think I'm on the up and up, and I hope that I have a returned sense of smell. My nose starts feeling better soon, and my throat starts feeling better. It's just like a lot of stuff that doesn't feel great, but it's not horrible. So that's a good sign I'm not feeling horrible. So I take that as a win. If anybody has any questions, like they're thinking about having their deviated septum fixed, or if they have masses in their sinuses that need to come out, cysts, whatever it may be, feel free to comment below and I can try to answer your questions. Again, I'm just sharing my experience and what happened to me. Everybody's surgery is different and everybody has different experiences. So it's just something to put as a side note, like everybody has different experiences and that's okay, but this was just mine. Again, it was like a 2-week recovery time, extremely painful. You have to do this for a month and you're gonna be picking nasty stuff out of your nose. Like I'm talking blood, snot, crunchies, gross stuff comes out of this nose. But again, thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I actually put out lifestyle and fashion vlogs, but I just wanted to share with my followers, my family and friends kind of what went down and what's been happening with me. And I appreciate everyone's support and well wishes. Again, I'm feeling so much better and I appreciate it. So please make sure to subscribe and like this video. I truly appreciate it. So now I'm going to post at the end of this video some of the pictures I took through my recovery so you can kind of see what was coming up, what I looked like, what was going on. So stay tuned for that and I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Ooh, I just saw a glob come out. Ugh. Fun.